Hey guys, Jadamson1 here, and today we're playing Minecraft PS4. Now, of course, lately there's been a fluctuation of Minecraft videos because mainly I am taking a hiatus from Pokemon videos for a brief time period while I'm waiting on the events for Shiny Xerneas, Yveltal, and Zygarde to come out. And I'm waiting as well on the Oraz and Tame series as well as some stuff in the Pokemon Competitive Conference to shape form before I start that up. But yeah, it might be back sooner or later. It could, it could take months, it could take days, it could take weeks. It's one of those variables. I don't know yet when it's gonna happen, but I know that I will be doing Oraz and Tamed as planned. Now, in this video, we're gonna go to the new territories I discovered this morning: New York, Maine, and Pennsylvania. Through these little roads I've just gotten up here. If you're going down the I-905 past Charlotte, you'll find it. Obviously, here is Charlotte off to my left with the lookout tower and the Coliseum. And yet again, knocking my phone over. And another thing I'd just like to mention, I am planning on getting a capture card here in the near future. I did put it on my quote-unquote Christmas list that I gave to my parents. So here's Mountain Pass, Squirrel. It is actually one of the longest roads in the world. It's the thinnest by far. We got New York in 88 miles, Pennsylvania 75, and Maine in 127. We're going to go all the way to Maine. Now, the territory doesn't have much in it. The only territory that actually has stuff in it is Maine, and that is at the hotel, which looking like I'm going to have to stay the night in once we get it there. But, of course, you get the Virginia border here. You're basically crossing into Virginia, and you got a right corner almost immediately. Of course, when you're on this road, you really got to watch your speed. Going too fast, you might find yourself coming off the cliffside here. So, yeah, if you're on it, be careful. Of course, you get a really nice view of Virginia's football stadium right there. Alright, I'm going to turn on left and gun it. Oh, that was a really bad move. I just really fell, didn't I? Alright, of course, down in here, you got to watch your speed in this hill, because if you aren't looking, you're going to hit the ground pretty hard. And I don't think we're in New York yet. And as predicted, this was happening. Alright, keep her going. I'm stuck again. Okay, there we go. Bit of a turn there. There's the Pennsylvania border. Alright, so in your Pennsylvania, and you got Virginia on this border as well. You got a tree. And then, alright, so you start up this hill here. This is actually the first time I've taken it in a horse. As you can see over there is the main hotel where we're heading. Alright, so we're just going to watch our speed here. And there's a skeleton just staring at us. He's like, "What's up, brah? Get out of here." Yeah, come up here. And, of course, here's the New York border. And I already know, don't get your panties in the water. I know they said this 60 times in the last 2 weeks. But New York is not a desert. I know. I just built it in here because it's the only space I had left before I got to Maine. So, of course, New York is just this giant area over here. Let's see, do I have my map? There it is. As you can see, the white cursor in the northeast corner, the sand area, that is New York. All of the sand on this side. Not over on the left side, the giant land masses. That's the UK. And you just keep her going. There's another skeleton. And then you'll cross over into Maine once you reach over here, and it looks like there's a ton of mobs looking to celebrate my arrival. So Maine and the New York border here, and of course, this is a really cool thing right here. I'm just going to drop it off right here. Hopefully it won't go nowhere. But these are the falls. Now, the water coming down here is not natural, but the water down here is. And of course, I lit it up with some glowstone to give it some light to make it a bit easier to see. And it looks to me as if there is a ton of mobs that were just like, "Hey, he's arrived," having a party. But right here is the main hotel. Let me just build a parking place for the horse Ferrari thing. I'm going to use dark oak fence gates because I like dark oak fence stuff. Alright, 1, 2, 3, 4. I need to use that. Apparently mismatched my proportions. Alright, sorry for that. My dad needed me to do something for him, so we're back here at the Maine hotel. Obviously, it's gone the daytime during the time period I was gone. And there's a spider outside of my hotel. He gonna die. You're gonna die, clown. Anyway. So obviously it's still under construction in here. We still got to do this side over here on my right. But we've got this entire left side up. I'll show you guys all the rooms and stuff. They're all basically the same. They've got this 4 glass pane block window, and then this bed here. Haven't decided if I'm gonna put a chest in yet next to it. Probably will. Same story all the way to the top floor, which is extremely high up. While it's unseeable from my house in Reedsville, it is pretty seeable from Virginia. If you go to Blacksburg in the city of Blacksburg in this world, you'll be able to find it pretty much, I think. I know I didn't start noticing it until we got into New York, until we got into Pennsylvania. And so here's the top floor room here. Got a really nice view of the ocean off to our right here, which it's relatively close to the end of the world. That's what Maine is, basically. It's one of the last frontiers. With Grand Cayman in the middle between Maine and Great Britain. And in a few weeks, or maybe in a few hours or so, I'm going to do a Euro trip. We're going to start here in Maine and drive all the way down to London in Great Britain. It's going to be a long drive. It's a basically, if you're looking at my map, we're going to go down all the way to the southeast corner, go west, back up north a little bit, and then turn left and go into the heavy forest area, and go through there and go all the way to the northern tip of that sand landmass on the left side of the map. So it's a long walk, but in the long run it will be worth it. We're going to go ahead and start heading back home. Let me go ahead and show you the end of Maine here. Of course, you just go over here, this road here, and there's a beach basically here. But about 7 or 8 blocks out that way is where the edge of the world is. So this is literally the last landmass you'll find before you reach that end. All right. So that was the tour of Maine. We're gonna cross back into New York. I'm at full throttle, or full gallop, I guess. I can already see Virginia's Scott Stadium from here a little bit, just a silhouette. So now we're in Pennsylvania. Now this is where you gotta watch the speeds, because if you go too fast, you're gonna overshoot these roads or wind up in the lake, which probably doesn't look very comfortable for a horse. And there's a tree. All right, crossing back into Virginia. And as I said, Virginia Scott Stadium is already in full view. So we're hitting the road running now. Of course, there's the lava falls right there. And I appear to be stuck on something. So I'm going to try that again. Yep, that helped. So full throttle up the hill. Going back down. Going back up. Crossing over these mountain roads. Back in this volcano, I would park it. So I'm going to do so. Let's see, where is it? Over here, there is a massive lava area, which is basically like an active volcano. And I'm sorry that I'm not talking too much. I just feel rough. Got a headache and sinus stuff. So, yeah. But anyway, we're back in North Carolina once we get around this left-hand corner, which I think is lined up properly with the Virginia border over there. Might not be. But as you can see, the Charlotte Coliseum over there, Kenan Stadium over there, the Ramblin' Cinema, I think is what it's called, and the Lookout Tower directly ahead of us. So basically, we're going to spend the rest of the video in Charlotte. I almost said Charlotte. Wow. And we'll be heading to Charleston shortly after, maybe. I'm going to go ahead and cross over into exit D. Alright, so we're going to turn left. So Ben Folds Field at Charlotte Coliseum. I'm going to go ahead and park the Ferrari horse. Bam. But this is actually the only stadium I've actually built that has a gate. Most of them just have a ladder, but this one has an actual walkway that goes underneath the stadium. As you can see, the field lines and stuff there. Of course, you come down here, turn, and you find the ladder that leads up to the stadium. So we're up on top of the Charlotte Coliseum now. It's by far probably the biggest stadium I've ever built. You know, it took me about an hour and a half or so to build. You get a pretty nice view from the lookout tower on the field. And here's the top of the Teletron view. And it's a pretty nice view of the field here. Now, of course, this stadium says NC State on it right now, but later on it will be Carolina Panthers colors. And well, I don't know how I would draw that Carolina logo. But yeah, we're going to find back where we were to get to the gate. There it is. As you can see, the I-905 in Chapel Hill. Get back to the parking lot and get back on the Ferrari horse and head back home about 20 to 30 seconds away in Reidsville. So the ride to Reidsville is usually really short, but when the game autosaves like I just did and it frame drops and I overshoot the turn, it takes about maybe 40 to 45 seconds to get into Reidsville. But once you get into Reidsville, it's probably about a good 30 seconds if you're going a full gallop, but if you're following the national speed limit thingy like I am, it'll take you about a minute or two to get up to my house. I'm going to go ahead and head over to the J1 Customs building where I store my rides, the Ram, Mule, and my Ferrari horse. I'm thinking of adding a third to that once I build my car dealership in Charlotte. That'll be a Cayman GT4 horse thing. So yeah, I haven't made my decision on that yet, but I will probably soon. Of course, Onyx and Jeff are waiting for me. My name is Jeff. Anyway, we're gonna head back up. In my totally awesome house in Reidsville. Alright, so that'll do it for this J Adams 1 video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Like and subscribe for more. I'll put a little clip for news at the end of this video, so stay tuned for that here shortly. And I'll see you guys again later. Hey guys, J Adams 1 here, and I'm just going to give you guys some quick news. I know we just finished up our latest Minecraft PS4 video, and I hope you guys enjoyed that. That was, of course, I was kind of pushing it with time constraints because, you know, I've got something to do at 1 o'clock this afternoon, Eastern Time, and I just wanted to get that done as quickly as possible. You know, I know it's not long, it's, you know, it's not, like, insane, but, you know, it's good enough to get us a video in. So I'm going to give you guys some updates and stuff about what I'm planning on and what I'm hoping for and stuff like that. So, you know, my family still does the Christmas listings. Of course, they don't make us believe in Santa Claus and all that stuff. But they still will give us the stuff like to make a Christmas list for, so they can kind of look at it and figure out what we want, so they don't have to go guess our personalities. And of course, you know, I went for equipment for you guys to get a much better view of the channel. You know, I've actually even asked for a Mac computer to work with video editing and stuff, because, you know, I've loved my HP to death, but I want this to be more of a personal use computer, and I want to have something that is much better work based, that I can, you know, do much more powerful stuff with. Because, you know, this one has you know, it's really optioned out for what it is. You know, it's very spec'd, but of course, the problem is the processor. According to a couple of my friends, they've said that it's not really great. You know, it's not not a great processor to run. So And I don't want to avoid the warranty on it, so I'm not gonna like remanufacture this one, get it supercharged and stuff like that. I'm not gonna screw up my own computer. I'm thinking of possibly just going and just trying to find a Mac, like a Mac Mini or something like that, something that's cheap but still has all the power that a Mac needs for a decent price. That can still be kept up to date with what they've got now. Of course, I think their barriers are like 2009, but I want to go for a bit newer so I can kind of get where it's not like this in Windows 10 where it's kind of sluggish in some areas, because I want it to be as fast as possible. I don't want to have a sluggish computer. Now, I know that the Mac Mini, which is the specific computer I'm targeting, is not really powerful at all in any way when it comes to stuff like you could get in a Mac Pro, but it's just starting out. I don't have a lot of money as a YouTuber with only 21 subscribers, so I'm not gonna shoot to go for like a $3,000 to $4,000 computer. I could buy a car for that. I could rebuild my entire car for that. So I'm not gonna shoot for a computer that expensive until I get some money coming in for the channel. Like once I get a sponsorship deal, and because I've heard of people getting like $7,000 for every 1,000 views, and if I can get my views and subscribers up, like to where I'm getting 1,000 views like every 10 minutes, I could get some serious money, and I could purchase a Mac Pro, and then if I did have a Mac Mini, retire it, or vice versa. I could just use that as my personal computer, and this could be retired. You never know what could happen. Um, of course, a lot of that money will go to newer games, newer systems, better equipment, because that's basically what I'm doing here. I'm doing this for you guys. I enjoy. Basically, this channel started for me to just say, I want to share what I can do in games with you guys, and of course, that all started Pokemon because I had that Hoopa thing, and I wasn't really. I was using power saves for that. I kind of may have put a bad image on me on that one, but ever since I've been clean, haven't like I've still got my Action Replay power saves. It's sitting upstairs somewhere in our house because I'm in the basement, of course. But I don't use it that much. And some other news and stuff that I'm planning on. I do plan on getting an Elgato in the near future. That's also was put on that list of stuff. Um, I do want to get this channel going. I plan on pushing it all the way through college, and maybe even further than that if I can really get views and subscribers up, because I do want to make top-notch videos, and I do want to be in that elite class, but at the same time, I want to do this for fun, not because of money, of course. The money is kind of an added extra, that's kind of a handy thing that I'll take if I need to. Let me just turn this down. I'm getting like a weird sound out of this thing. All right. Anyway, so yeah, that's currently what I'm hoping for, is to get some more equipment coming in, and I'm getting a proper, this is a proper headset, but getting a much higher quality headset, getting a camera that's really high tech, because my iPhone does a good job, but like when I'm not playing games and do like the personal life series, or once I get a lot of money picking up new cars and stuff, because I kind of want to be like that Shmi 150 kind of guy where I'm buying cars too, and having all these nice vehicles in my garage. Of course, that's nothing to say about my current car, which I will start referring to as the Jadmobile sometimes. But that car is amazing. It's been through a lot, and it's tough to do every bit of it. But one day I do plan on getting some higher end cars. Once I start making money through this channel, targeting specifically a Ferrari FF, because as you've seen in my Minecraft videos, I love the FF to death. That's like my favorite Ferrari right now, and that's one of my dream cars. So yeah, but anyway, back to gaming news. I do plan on getting Need for Speed 2015 when it comes out. Not exactly when it comes out, maybe a bit later, maybe like stupid later, or you never know. But once I do get that, because that is by far a game I'm looking forward to. Because when I grew up, I played Need for Speed Underground 1 and Underground 2, and I loved both of those games. I loved Underground 2 a lot more, but the soundtrack was better on Underground 1, so I kind of like to play them both. And this new game was really about as close as we'll get to Underground 3, and I loved the entire setup of Underground. I loved the car customization, and when Criterion Games bought out Need for Speed, they kind of just went and just dropped off everything, and that's where Hot Pursuit and The Run, I'm trying to think of another one, Rivals, to name a few, Most Wanted, all of those games that were kind of more related to this kind of sister game Burnout, which I have a couple of those games sitting in here. I'll probably do a couple of classic game videos on those in the near future whenever I get this doggone TV fixed and all that. So yeah, and as you can see, my tech helmet is proudly being shown in the video today. Usually the camera kind of sits a little low where it doesn't really show the helmet, but I'm really showing the helmet today because if you watched the Tech Florida State game last night, you all remember right at the last second, 8 seconds on the clock, best kicker in the nation, Robert Aguayo, gets blocked and Tech takes it back for a touchdown. And I was at a homecoming dance last night and missed that, but I got home and my dad just turned on ESPN, rewound it, and played it, and I about started crying. That was a really good play. It's the first win Tech's had since Tulane back in week 2. So I'm proud of my Jackets. So yeah, and some more news. I'm gonna be hoping to get a new guitar soon, not to replace the acoustic, but to sit alongside it. I do have an electric already. It's a First Act. If it were sitting in the right spot, I'd tell you what kind of model it is. But I bought that when I was 11 years old. I paid $117 for it, and my parents bought the amp for me. Of course, the amp got broke because I dropped it a few too many times, and then the guitar has just been sitting ever since. And when I got the acoustic, I was just balling. So my hopes is that I get the Epiphone Les Paul, which is the baby Les Paul. It's the same size, but it's not as highly equipped as a Gibson would, because the Gibsons are a little on the expensive side. It's like the guitar version of a Mac Pro, and my computer's acting weird. Oh well, I'll just finish this up. So yeah, those are all the plans and stuff I've got for the next few weeks or months or years or whatever you want to think of it. Again, Pokemon Aura Untamed is currently in more development stages than actually making the game. So, yeah, I'm waiting on those events to come out to give me the Shiny Xerneas and Yveltal. And I plan on kicking it off. This is kind of my plans. It's not written in stone or anything. Of kicking it off with a Legendary All-Star Battle with the new event Pokemon and the event Shiny Rayquaza from a few months back. I'm going to EV train that one up and doing like a Legendary All-Stars with Apalaka 305 and Liam Bomb Gaming and my good friend Chase, if he decides to play, my younger sister, Ravage Legend, all that good stuff. And I also plan on doing Call of Duty videos in the future with my friend Ethan, otherwise known as Head Boom Headshot. Of course, he doesn't have a YouTube channel at this moment in time, but he probably will soon. As well as his friends. Of course, we have to do League Play in order for me to live stream it properly, but if not, I'll just do the old iPhone thing I've done with all my other videos in the past. The crew videos, I'm waiting on the Wild Run right now because I've seen a lot of it. I don't have the beta for the Wild Run because I think it's like invite only. I wasn't given that chance. But yeah, once that expansion comes out, since I've already got the crew, I can just go push a button and it goes whoop, and there it is. I will do a ton of videos on that because, it looks amazing. I love the idea of riding a motorcycle in Nashville, Tennessee, because I can't find Atlanta in that game because they were nuts and didn't put Atlanta in, but they put Nashville in. Well, not Nashville, Chattanooga, because Chattanooga's a lot smaller. But some of the city choices don't make sense to me in that game. They put like really small towns, but missed a ton of giant cities. Like, boy. Anyway, yeah, I'm rambling, but yeah, all right. So that'll be it for this Chatham Someone video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Like and subscribe for more. Get ready for some more stuff because it's gonna be hitting fast. Of course, this next week looks like it's gonna be relatively in the clear. I'm gonna have a lot of stuff going on for videos. I do plan on uploading tons and tons of content this week. Unless I magically get sick sometime in the between, because I have felt pretty rough lately. I'm having a hot flash right now. Alright, so I guess I'll see you guys again later on.